Hey guys, Mar back with another video. Like I always say, don't be scared to fall because you may fall into a better situation. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Today is going to be a very interesting video. It's going to be a very interesting video. And today I'm just going to get into the story of the last time I talked. And what's interesting about this story is that this is also a guy that tried to kill me. This was about almost two years ago, maybe like a year and a half ago. And for the most part, it was actually going good. For some reason, I had fucking Jack on my phone, and I think that is how I found him. Everything was going smooth. We finally met up for the first time. I didn't think that he was on nothing serious or whatever, but come to find out, he was. I don't want to necessarily say match my vibe because he didn't match my vibe at all. His personality just was real cool, and he was handsome. Because I mean, you don't necessarily have to match my vibe, but I'm just pointing out that he didn't or whatever in terms of like interest and the things that he wore. Initially, we did not do anything because I just wasn't into it. What I really liked about him was that his eyes was pretty, his teeth was pretty, he had good hair, his skin was like beautiful, and he was short. You know, I don't normally get a lot of guys that I'm the same height as. I think it's very attractive for the guy to be the same height as me. I think that's just really cute. I don't think I've ever dated a guy that was shorter than me, and I don't think I would want to because I'm already like really, really short. Because I wanted to get into the sex type of thing. Like I said, I had my apartment and stuff, and I started inviting him over, and we would go on dates. Like we were spending so much time with each other, and I really, really, really wanted this to work. I think when we initially started our conversation on Jack, I think that he told me that he was verse, but I couldn't remember. Like we discussed that one time and we never did it again. And for the people that don't know what verse is, that means that you like the top and bottom. And if you don't know what top and bottom means to receive, top means to give. Keep up. He told me that he was verse, which I'm verse too, so that's kind of like the perfect relationship. But months later, I didn't think that we would blossom into anything, so I really didn't remember that. This whole time, I could pretty much see in my head that he's probably a verse, because just based off of his like aesthetic and his vibe and the way that he dressed, I could tell that he just probably was somebody that wanted to get some dick too. It took me a minute to kind of let up on him. Like when we would go out and stuff, I would just like let him have his own vibe, and he would have, and I would have, like I would be with my friends and stuff like that, not really just giving to each other too much attention. But mainly because I just didn't want to be claimed yet, because it just wasn't time. One time we went to the club and I went in the bathroom. I was meeting with my friend because it was too loud and I couldn't like hear him and like text him. So I was like, just meet me in the bathroom. It's crowded. Like you can't find me on the dance floor. So meet me in the bathroom. And I go to the bathroom and I'm waiting on him. The door opens. My friend comes in, and right when he comes in, we're talking for a minute, just laughing, just having a good time. You know, I ain't seen him in a minute. He coming into town or whatnot. He busts in the bathroom. And then, like, it was so fucking loud to the point I just looked up and just looked at him. I was like, and he didn't say nothing. He just kind of rolled his eyes and went back out the door. And it's just like, I wasn't the only person in the bathroom, so everybody knew that he was like looking at me like this. So I initially just was like, hold on. And I go to chase behind him. Should I have? I don't know. We was in my car. Let's remember that. Like, we was in my car. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, man, I'm ready to go. All this shit going off and all this shit. I'm following him, like trying to catch up with him, and he's walking out the door. And when I kid you not, this was literally like, we had only been there for like 10 or 20 minutes, and I done paid my money to get up in here. I'm ready to go. And this nigga got my keys. Talking about he ready to go. So we get in the car. Of course we arguing. I done left my friend in the club. He was fine though. He came by himself, so he was straight.
Like you out in the bathroom in niggas' faces.
It was my friend. He was like, nah, man. You was over there, I saw you over there texting somebody, and you in the bathroom trying to be on some sneaky shit. Phase one of how toxic this fucking nigga was. You don't do that in no public setting or whatever. For one, you don't have enough information to know if I was on some sneaky shit. You definitely could have came and asked me instead of reacting like that and going out the club and having me waste my motherfucking money and having me waste my cute ass outfit. We went back to the my apartment in my car, argued all night. And then we had sex. Like, it was like a full-blown relationship without it being a relationship. How could I wanted to go into a relationship going through stuff like this? And this wasn't the only case. He would go to the store. He bought me a bag one time, And I kid you not, every time he got mad at me, he would be like,
"I need my motherfucking bag."
he would call my phone like, bring my motherfucking bag. And I'd just be like, trying to say, give it to him. He'd be like, nah, you know, I'm just playing. I ain't want the bag back. I was just talking. I ain't mean none of that. You know, it only take 2 times to hear about this bag. And the second time, he wouldn't take it. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna wear this bag no more. I'm not gonna put none of my stuff up in it. I'm just gonna, if you don't wanna take it, then it's just gonna sit in my apartment. And that's exactly what it is. Till we got into it again, and he asked for it again. But before then, we would constantly argue about me being sleep all the time or me not answering the phone. Like, I don't like dealing with guys that have insecurities. Like, I'm not out here fucking on you. I actually was trying to take this guy seriously. It's just, I really liked him, and I had love for him, and I was in love with him. After so long, even after going through all of this, I felt like I could fix him. Not even necessarily say fix him, but I could give him the security that he wanted. But the thing is, it's like, I can only do so much. And it just seemed like it was just a one-way thing. Like, I'm fighting so hard to give you this security for us to be in a relationship, and you just not taking it. Like, you just don't trust me. That's what it came down to. You just don't trust me at all. And you probably never will. And I don't know what that stems from or where that comes from, but I never cheated. Never gave him a reason to feel like I was cheating. I think it's just like what guys is. It's like the minute they walk in the picture, they be wanting you to clear off their fucking Instagram. And you know me, I take pictures in my underwear and stuff like that, but that's only because I'm single. And my last relationship, the guy didn't have no problem with it. But however, that's something that, you know, I leave up to the choice of the guy. It's not something that I have to do. I can take the picture and just send them to you. I don't have to post this. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But however, when I talk to a guy, don't expect for the minute of us talking for me to just go clean my Instagram off. Like, bitch, we ain't even in a relationship yet, so I'm not doing it. And what prolonged us getting in a relationship for so long is that we just kept arguing so much. So of course I'm not gonna take my pictures down, bitch, because I don't know what the fuck we getting into. Oh, you doing this and that and stuff, and I kept doing it. Like, I'm not gonna stop living my life just because I'm talking to you, and then you on some bullshit as that, and you can't even trust me. No. After so long, I did take them down, but that's just me. I don't know. I remember one night. I remember like it was yesterday, and we were laying in the bed. We were on good terms. Got to be on good terms to get any kind of sexual intercourse. Bitch, I don't have sex when we're mad. I don't have sex to fix problems. That's not something I'm gonna do. I just can't enjoy it. Sex is an intimate thing. If the energy is not there, if the emotions is not there, if we're not on good terms, I don't want to have sex with you. I'm not even thinking about having sex. I'm thinking about being your ass. And we were laying in the bed, and he was like, I want to have her sex. We both went in the bathroom. I went and got the condoms. We initially started off, he was like, so which one of us is gonna go first? I don't understand why the fuck we had to talk about it. I don't know. And I was just like, I'll go first. And when I mean by go first, I was topping first. And one thing I can say about this guy, he really, really, really liked me a lot. Like, he was in love with me. And I think that's what makes people so crazy about me. And I think that I'm just as crazy about them, but I'm always gonna put myself first. Like, I really fuck with guys, but you're not gonna disrespect me ever. I don't give a fuck how much you love me. No amount of love can make me stay into some toxic shit. When I was doing my dude, he was just feeling it. Like, he was just loving it. Like, it was just giving, like. And my thing is, it's like, when I'm in this zone, it's not giving feminine. It's giving dominance. Like, I'm a country boy from Mississippi. When I'm playing the role, I play the role. And a lot of people find that hard to believe simply because it's like, it's just my personality just don't give that. I mean, but who the fuck is wearing their seductive and dominance on their shoulders? Like, and then sex is just a whole nother sexual demon, or that can't for me just can't be explained. A lot of shit I do during sex, I just can't explain. I don't like to talk about sex outside of sex. It's just like, cause bitch, I just become a whole different person. For me, that experience showed me like what I had been missing out on. And I think I tweeted this shit or I posted an Instagram post or whatever in this moment, because I was like, damn, I really have not topped in a long time. And I was like, this is really what I've been missing out on. It wasn't nothing new to me or whatever, but it's just like I hadn't done it in a long time because I had been so caught up in guys wanting me to bottom. And a lot of guys, like, I just attract dominant guys. So, and a lot of times I just end up submitting. But with him, he was just like a mix of the two, and I could tell. And it took us so long to get to this point. It's like I hadn't done it so long, so I wasn't even thinking of doing. I had been the submissive one for so long, so it was just like, this is what I just be expecting guys to want from me, simply because I take underwear pictures. I think it's safe to assume that I'm going to be the one receiving. But anyways, that's not always the case. And I know that, but it just seems like a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't like to acknowledge that or whatever, that it don't matter what the fuck I got on. I can do what the fuck I want to do in the bedroom, and I'm going to do what I want to do in the bedroom. It's just giving just very much that. I was doing it so good. He nutted. Like, he nutted and he turned over, and it was just like, he was like, damn, I nutted. I can control how, you know, I come. So it's like, it felt good. It felt really, really good. Like I said, that was me giving my eyes open on what I had been missing out on or whatever. But I knew that I wanted to bottom too. So I was like, I'm not gonna nut, because after this, it's gonna be my turn. We was all over the place, child. We was all over the place. He was like, you want me to suck it for you? And I was like, no, it's cool. I was kind of annoyed that I didn't get to, and I had did all that cleaning. Like, when you be dishing, and I dish for a long time, because I like to be for certain. Getting toxic, more and more toxic or whatever. It was at some point we got into an argument, and I had to take him home. And I was like, no, get your shit, I'm about to take you home or whatever. I took him home, and he thought that I was playing. I don't give a fuck about you staying 35 minutes away. I took his ass home, and he wasn't getting his shit out of my car quick enough. And I don't give a fuck about your mama standing on the porch. I got out the car. I said, bitch. And when I get mad, I don't know what the fuck he did, but when I get mad, I turn into a nigga, and it's just like, get out of my face. Like, get out of my face. And then it's like, it makes me even more mad when you come with this sad shit after the fact. Like, trying to love on me. Like, bitch, you could have did that a long time ago. You done made me go through all this just so you could try to flip it around because you know you didn't want to go home. Bitch, you should have thought about that. So when I was sitting there on the driver's side, and I was like, get your shit and get out of my car. Get your shit and get the fuck out of my car.
Get out of my car. Get out of my car.
He wasn't moving quick enough. That's exactly what I said. I said, bitch, you not moving quick enough. I got out of my car, and I walked around to the back, opened up the door, started pulling shit out, throwing it all over the ground. His mom looking at me like, this bitch crazy. Your son crazy too. Whether she know it or not. I said, get the fuck out of my motherfucking car. And I pulled off, and I screwed off. Wow, I'm toxic too. But anyway, and whenever we would have issues or whatever, he would just like blow my phone up. Like, just call me back to back. And you know, my little petty ass, I never block nobody because I like to see what they say in the midst of being angry. So I would put my phone on airplane mode so the messages would turn green, bitch. Life hack code. I would put my message on my phone on airplane mode so that if I get a call, it's still gonna come through. You know, it's just gonna go straight to voicemail on his end, and the message gonna turn green, bitch. It's basically like turning your phone off without turning it off. But make sure you turn the Wi-Fi and shit off too, because this is an iPhone, bitch, and that iMessage shit be trying to get on. And he thought it was blocked. So once I finally, and I only do it for about like 30 minutes to an hour or whatever, so he can just like let it sink in. That's just how toxic I am. I need to stop doing that shit. No, I'm gonna keep doing it though. That should be working. I took my phone on airplane mode, and then all the messages started coming through. And he was the type of person to be like,
you a dumbass bitch, you a hoe, you a bitch for the streets with your maggot ass.
And all this other shit just going off, just cussing out. And this wasn't the first time. Like, I dealt with this shit a lot. This nigga done said some crazy fucked up shit to me. So he get to blowing my phone up and shit like that. And it's just like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not answering the phone. I'm pissed off. I'm mad. Like, at this point, it's like this shit is just happening more and more and more and more. I remember like a couple months later, he got the PPP loan, bitch. He got the PPP loan, and bitch, he was splurging on me, buying me all type of shit. And then after he got the PPP loan, he got another car and stuff like that. We started talking after this. Yeah, we started talking. We started getting good, and all this and that. And then I remember one day we had got into it so bad, and I had just blocked him. I just was like, in that moment, I just felt like I was done. And that was the starting point of me actually being done, because I was actually able to block him. Because he used to get mad when I would be on the phone with my daddy early in the morning. He'll call me and I wouldn't answer, and I'd be like, I was just on the phone with my daddy. Can you, like, hold on? He wouldn't believe me. And that just kept coming over and over. He would always, accuse me of shit. And it just was like, I just didn't understand what the fuck was going on. A nigga can be around you 24/7. They know your work schedule. When you get off, you in their face. Or he was staying at my place while I was there. But somehow, it's room for me to cheat. I mean, a nigga gonna cheat if he wants to, so I get it. But it's just like, try to trust me. Like, damn. It's just like, everything was just starting to come to a head. And I remember the last time was when he finally said something to me about that fucking bag again. And he would just be like, I hope you die, this and that, and all this other shit. Just like shit that the nigga used to say. And then, but he would also go back and say, like, man, I love you and this and that, but you a hoe and all this and other shit. It would just be back and forth. This not love. This is not love. And I had love for him at the moment. Like, I still do. Or whatever. He would hit me up every now and then on Instagram and shit like that, because I think that I still got his number blocked. But the thing is, it's like my apartment was controlled by Google. And on Google, you can use Google Duo to like make calls and stuff like that. So in the middle of the night, I swear to God, he would call me at 3 a.m. and my Google would be going off in the middle of the night, waking me up out my fucking sleep. And he knew that this shit was annoying me, and he just kept on doing it. And I just dealt with it for a long time. I would be like, hey Google, ignore the call, or either I would just let it ring or whatever. But it's just like, that's just too much to be doing it, like, out of my sleep at 3 a.m. You calling my phone, this shit going out loud in my ear in my room, talking about some call from Google Duo. And then I looked on my phone, I found the app, logged into the Google Duo, finally blocked that ass. But when I tell you, he did that shit for like 3 weeks, was calling me off my Google and shit like that. And then it was just waking me up out of my sleep, just being irritated. Because at this point, I had blocked him. I didn't let him come back to my apartment for a long time. But we would still like text every now and then. I'd see him every now and then, but he wouldn't spend the night because I would take his ass home, or I'd make him go home. And I finally took him that bag. I remember I threw that shit in his face. And he was like, can I get a hug? Bitch, I drove off on his ass. That was the last time I saw him in person. I ain't never been back to his house ever since then. Period. And I'm not going back, bitch. After that, some weeks, like a month went by, and he would stop and then he would come back. And I remember one day, I finally unblocked him. I don't know why. Why in the fuck? Cause I really be trying. And I really hate starting over. But it's like, I take my time to get a break and just like process my emotions and stuff. But I unblocked him with no intentions on getting back with him. But I unblocked him. And I swear to God, I didn't text him. He just texted me and saw that the messages was blue. He started back calling and whatever. And it took us a minute to get back on the phone. It's like I said, it had been a month. So it was like, he was kind of like over it, but he wasn't over it. So he texted me. It's just like we were talking more consistently again. But in my head, I was like, I'm done with it. You know, like we just friends. And it's like, I done been out of this shit for so long. It's just like, I'm not looking for that or nothing like that no more. It's just like, we just not meant for each other. And I never told him that. It's just like, I think that it was safe to assume that because he wasn't coming over there. We didn't have sex or nothing like that. It's just like, when you talk to somebody and you start back talking to somebody, they expect for it to just pick up where it left off. It was just like, no, it just wasn't given that. I was just texting him just because, you know, he was cool. Like, besides everything else that was going on, like, maybe we just wasn't for each other. And that's what was going on in my head. Maybe I should have made that more clear. I kept telling him, like, we're not together. We're not together. We're not together. Nigga pulled up on me. Yelling in the motherfucking phone. Talking about something. Bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Start waving his gun and shit like this. He down on the floor. Cause I'm on a balcony. I'm on the top floor. And I'm looking down. He up there doing all this. Like,
bitch, I'll kill you. Bitch, I'll kill you.
I'm like, let me get my pearls and take my ass back in the house. Can't beat on my motherfucking dog. Bitch, I'm scared for my life. I'm a little bitch. This nigga crazy. This nigga beating at my motherfucking dog. Didn't let him in. Who the fuck would? Once he got that gun involved or whatever, talking about something, he was gonna kill me. And he had already said that anyway. But it's just like, to actually show me that side of you, like, in that moment, yeah. I gotta leave him alone completely. And that was my breaking point. And I was done. Period. Yeah, y'all, that was the last time I talked. But basically, just like my crazy relationship, just all this is just like a story time. But that was the last time I talked. Even though it's not the last time I talked. Because like when I tell you, once I talked in this moment, that was the rebirth of me talking, basically. And then after that, it's just like I just started talking again. It's just, you know, even talking about it now, I want to go do it tonight. Bitch, fuck these niggas. These niggas crazy. Don't be playing with nobody's feelings. Don't be leaving nobody on. Because, bitch, you can get shot. That shit don't make sense. I'll see y'all in the next video.